And on your election headquarters, the governing NPP has less than 48 hours to close its nominations for the flag bearer race, with 9 candidates filing nominations so far, including Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Alan Chermantain, and Dr. Efri Akoto. The party is expected to close nominations tomorrow, but 2 more aspirants, Joe Gatti and Opon Odenehun, are yet to file their nominations. The latest to successfully enter into the race is former MP for Mampong, Francis Adainimo. We can go live and speak with my colleague Samuel Mbora for details. Samuel, can you run us through those who have filed their nominations so far?
Right, Aisha, we have 9, as you indicated. First was the former Trade and Industry Minister, Kojo Alan Chermantain, followed by Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the Vice President. The third being Dr. Efri Akoto, the former Agric Minister. We also had the former Energy Minister, Mr. Bache Jako. Professor Kofi Konedu Apreko also has filed his nomination successfully. We had former General Secretary of the party, Kobina Ejapon, also filing his nomination. Kennedy Ejapon, the Asin Central MP, has also successfully filed his nomination. And Kojo Poku also had his turn to file his nomination. The latest to file, as you indicated earlier, is the former MP for Mampong, Mr. Adai Nimo. 2 are still outstanding. Joe Gatti, whom we know is the former Minister for Railway Development, and one Opon Odenehun. I'm told he worked at the presidency in the transport department. So the 2 are outstanding, and the NPP is expected to close nominations tomorrow. But I'm fortunate to have the Director of Elections, Mr. Evans Nimako, joining me for this conversation. Thank you very much for joining us on Joy News, Mr. Nimako. How would you describe the process so far?
Thank you, and my pleasure. So far, the New Patriotic Party is pleased with the processes so far since nomination was opened last month, 26th. Hopefully tomorrow, nomination will be closed. As you've already indicated, we are expecting that the remaining 2 gentlemen who have been bold to pick up nomination forms will file as such. And then the Okwe Committee will invite them from next month, 3rd to 6th for vetting.
So, have you had any indication that they will really come to file, or maybe there are some conversations back door to just end it from here?
Well, I'm not aware of any conversation behind the scenes. All that I'm aware of is that tomorrow the nomination will come to an end. We are hoping that all those who pick nomination forms, apart from the 9, the remaining 2, will also be able to submit their nomination forms.
Is there any indication of a possible extension of the closing date for the nominations?
It doesn't lie in anybody's mouth but the National Council and National Executive Committee. As of now, there isn't going to be any meeting either today or tomorrow morning to decide for an extension. So hopefully a nomination will end. And if you look at our constitution, it stipulates that nomination will be done within a month. And that is what we are going by. You remember not too long ago, the General Secretary issued a statement, and that has to do with the postponement of the vetting. So in terms of opening and closing of nomination, there hasn't been any arrangement to extend. So we are going by the tomorrow's deadline, and we'll go by it.
All right, so I know all the aspirants who have appeared before you have been given some guidelines. What were the guidelines so far as their campaigns are concerned?
Well, they were to be guided by the rules and regulations in the nomination forms they procure, as well as the party's constitution and the national constitution. I mean, those are things they've put down for us. They must satisfy the committee with their information concerning their CVs, their places of work, schools attended, and their vision and mission for Ghana. And they must also show, as long as they want the party to sponsor them into the election 2024, their contributions to the party. So these are areas that they were expected to. operate within. That is why you realize that at the close of every session, they are given a copy of the party's constitution to guide them, even ahead of the vetting. We hope that these are senior party members. They will comport themselves in a manner that will not infringe upon the party's constitution. So, so far, I will say that the Okwe committee is yet to set and set the rules of engagement. When they appear before them during the vetting, the discussion will take the necessary steps it has to.
Are you saying that the elections committee of the party so far is satisfied with the conduct of the aspirants so far?
The committee has not issued any statement to that effect. The committee is yet to sit. Interrogation as to the conduct of the candidate will be done during the vetting period. And so for now, let us not preempt so much. We are hoping that as loyal party members who have gathered the courage to procure party forms, participate in the contest, which is going to be fair, free and transparent. At the end of the exercise, we are going to come together under the new patriotic party elephant to prosecute the election 2024. And hopefully, the new patriotic party presidential candidate is going to be the next president after His Excellency Nana.
Mr. Nimako, before I let you go, how are you able to manage this election process with what is currently happening at